I'm going to tell you why I know that God exists. And it's not going to be short, so listen. I'm not one of these people that has, suddenly gone through shit and found God. I've always gone to church, whether you've known or not. I've always believed in some sort of way, because there's just too much that happens in the world that, too much that happens in the world that leads me to believe that there's something there, and as I said, I'm not one of these people that just found God, because most of these people that suddenly are all over social media preaching about God are either the very few that are genuine people and have been touched or called and believe, or the wickedest people that are out there stabbing and doing shit, and they keep talking about God as some way to assuage their guilt that they have for the things that they've done, and they look to judge other people all the time. I'm neither of those. But I do know, and I tell you why. I've spoken about this before, but never actually got it down. In 2004, I just shot a few episodes of Doctor Who, and I just shot a film called Kidulthood, and I wasn't really known. That's irrelevant. I was kind of, I liked what I did. I loved what I did, but I just did it. I didn't own it. I didn't control it. I didn't focus on it. And was going on a road trip to Arizona, Utah, Nevada, all of that kind of stuff. And it was Christmas time. So on the 23rd, or just before Christmas, I go to get my hair cut, ready for the trip. And as I'm leaving, I bump into a guy I went to primary school with, and this guy says to me, "Hey, Noel, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, John, I'm good, man. What's happening?" He said, "Yeah, how you feeling since the crash?" And I said, "What crash?" And he said, "Oh, I thought you were in a car crash." And I was like, "I haven't been in a car crash." And he's like, "Oh, never mind, don't worry about it. So good to see you, man. Merry Christmas, went on my way." And that didn't bother me until 2 days later, which was Christmas Day. And a director friend of mine called Mark called me up and said, "Yo, when are you flying?" I said, "I'm flying tomorrow, Boxing Day." And he said, "Man, I had this weirdest dream that you were in a crash. Don't get in any red cars." And, I'm a cynic at the best of times, but when two people that don't know each other both say you're either going to be in a crash or you've been in a crash, kind of just makes me tingle a little bit. And it stuck in my head. And Mark was specific. He said, "Don't get in any red cars." I never forgot that. And then not long after, my friend Phil phoned, and he said he couldn't come on the trip. So it went down from 6 of us to 5 of us. So it was my friend Jeff, Seti, this girl, my girlfriend at the time, and myself. And Phil couldn't come, so it was 5 of us. So we fly out to Arizona the next day, and we hit it, and we're just going to go on this amazing road trip. And we've only got 3 things set in stone. New Year's Eve on Las Vegas Strip, Luxor Hotel, a log cabin on the Grand Canyon on like the 3rd of January, and then Utah Jazz basketball game on the 5th. That's it. Everything else is freewheeling. We're just gonna road trip, Red Rock Mountains, Monument Valley, Grand Canyon. We're just gonna road trip. So we start doing that. We get to the rental place, and the rental place, the guy comes out with the SUV Dodge Durango, and it's bright red. Immediately I'm like, what the bright red? I'm like, dude, we can't take that car. The others are looking at me like, are you crazy? I told them why. Told them the story, what Mark and John had said, and they were like, they laughed at me, but they were like, fair enough. So he went away, the staff member, and he brought back a blue one, light blue. And we got in, packed all our bags in, and I got in the driver's seat ready to drive, and I looked at the driver's door, and it was bogies all over the door, all over the inside of the door, the bottom of the steering wheel. Whoever rented it last time had clearly been digging their nose, wiping the bogies, and they never detailed it, didn't clean it. So we took that back. And he came with a burgundy one, which of course is blood red, but I wasn't thinking about that because we turned down the red one. We get in the car, we go on the road trip. The road trip's amazing. It's the most amazing trip I've ever been on in my life. And then on the 5th of January, we're driving in the Utah mountains, and we're heading to Salt Lake City because we're going to go to the basketball game. And by this point, we've done everything else. We've done everything else. It's been amazing. I've been to Grand Canyon, Monument Valley. I've spent New Year's on Vegas, like New Year's in Las Vegas. You know, we've stopped off in Motel 6s, or we've been in luxury hotels. We've eaten everything we can. We've immersed ourselves in American culture and Native American culture. And now we're driving to Utah. And we're on the motorway, or the highway. Doing 75, or whatever the speed limit is, 80, I don't know. And the first thing you hear is the noise, like you just hit. That was the first thing I heard. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked at Seti, who was driving. I realized he wasn't controlling the wheel. And that noise was our wheels slipping on black ice. And I remember suddenly we were going sideways on the motorway at 75, sideways on ice. A car's coming towards us, headlights. It beeps and swerves and moves out the way. And I just see the barrier of the motorway coming, and we just hit it, bang. And I saw everything sort of do that, like this judder, this shake. And then black. And we rolled like, I don't know, 4 to 6 times as a trucker that saw our red lights, our tail lights go off the road. Who later told us that that's what made him stop. And it rolled down a ravine in the Utah mountains. So, the first thing I remember hearing is ping, 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 something pinging, and like a wheel turning. When I open my eyes, and that's after the silence, because it's silent at first, and then it's scary how quiet it is, and then I just remember that ping, ping, ping. So I kind of realize I'm hanging, and I open the door, glass comes out, open the door, showers down, look up, I say, is everyone all right? And nobody answers me. I think, well, they're all dead. And I try to look back, but I can't see anything because there's no light. You know, we're in the Utah desert, mountains, whatever, there's no light. And then finally they start saying, yep. Everyone's okay, yep. Anyone hurt? Don't know. The trucker's sliding down the ravine, he's running over, he comes over. And he helps us get out. And we seem to be fine, except my girlfriend's stuck in the car. She's trapped. I don't know why. It's leaking petrol, it's smoking, she's trapped. I'm just like, I'm getting her. So I climb back in, I go in and I get her. And I'm pulling, I'm tugging, I'm stamping, I'm doing stuff. I pull at her, I get her out. We get out. She's not my wife, by the way. And we're there. And just can't believe this. And this trucker runs back to his radio, you know, and then the police come, Utah State Police Highway Patrol, they come and they come down, we get taken up to the road while, you know, the tow people come, all this stuff, ambulance, everything. And we're just telling them we're okay. And the policemen just like, they're not sure. They're like, yeah, take our details. If you're sure you don't want to go to hospital, we're like, we're fine. You know, and we felt fine. Everyone looked fine. He was like, but you maybe have internal bleeding. And then I heard them talk, they interviewed us, took our statements, no charges or anything. And I heard them talking, and the state trooper said, this is the worst accident I've seen in 18 years on the job where nobody's died. And then the highway patrolman said, it's a miracle. And then the trooper said, it's not a miracle. He said, if they had that crash and one of them broke their back, one broke their neck, one broke an arm, one lost an eye, and one was paralyzed and they survived, that would be a miracle. I don't know what this is. And it just gave me chills. But I knew then, at that point, that I'd been warned. God, I'd been warned, I'd been told this was going to happen. I'd been told not to get in the red car. Had we got in that red car, we would be dead. I know that. Just before we crashed, we went through one cloud of hailstones, and my friend Jeff never wore his seatbelt. And when we went through that cloud of hailstones, he put his seatbelt on for the first time on the whole trip. And he's alive today. And I know if he didn't, he would have died. My friend Phil that didn't come, had he come and was sitting in the back, he would have died. And when we got to the hotel, because we got taken to a hotel, we got taken to the Holiday Inn and got a free night in the hotel. When we got there, Sedi, the driver, his phone beeped. And we started listening to the messages. And at 6:30 p.m., which was the very time that we crashed, that was recorded that we crashed, his dad had called us and left a message and said, you need to get off the road. You need to get off the road because I was teaching my class at the university and I saw a feather, and something told me that you were in danger. And that was what the message said. Something's telling me you're in danger. You need to get off the road. Call me, call me. He left about 5 messages, and that was the exact time that we crashed. He just knew. But he also said, whatever it was told him that we'd be okay. God told me, not verbally, but that day, that night, you're here for bigger things. You're here for better things. You're here to achieve. You're here to do something. You're here to change the world. Now, I've had many conversations with whatever it is out there about why I'm in the situation I'm in and what's happened recently, and did I deserve this, which I know I didn't, but why did it have to be extreme, etc., etc. That's irrelevant. But what I was told non-verbally, but through surviving and being chosen to survive, was that I was here to do bigger and better things. And that's what I've done. So you can accept the signs, you can embrace the signs, you can ignore the signs, but make no mistake, something is there. Something is there to guide, to help, to warn, to let you know that you can do more and you can achieve more, and not do it for you, but just give you a nudge sometimes in the right direction. And maybe this is just another nudge. But if you ask me, that's something, whatever people might call it, to me, I call it God. And I know God exists.